What's up, everybody? Tindo here, and I've been doing some thrift shopping, and I'm very excited to show you what I got. I'm going to go ahead and give one thing away. I found this PlayStation 4 controller today at the thrift store for $10. The guy at the register told me he was pretty sure that it didn't work, but I decided to go ahead and give it a gamble. Anyway, so stick around to the end. We're going to plug this bad boy up at the end and see if it works. But let's check out the thrift shops that I went to today first. The first stop of the night is a Goodwill that the last few times I've been to it, it's been under construction. And if you didn't know this was a Goodwill and you weren't right up close to it, you wouldn't know it was here. So I wonder if they've had lower traffic recently. Maybe they have. Let's go in and see if nobody's been digging through those video games. This particular Goodwill, I've already complained about on this channel that it's one that they lock up their video games in a lockbox. And it's unfortunate because they do it because of theft.
Swiper, no swiping!
So it's almost not even worth checking the regular media section to see if there's video games, which, if you watch my channel, you know this is where I usually find every video game in every Goodwill. Over here, there's just some nothing titles, which means I need to go over to the lock boxes, and that's where all the good games will be. But you never know. There's a Goodwill in town that does that and has been doing that for a long time, that the last time I was there, I decided maybe I should check the media section before I left, and I find a copy of Mario Kart. So, still got to check. But it's just added work when they're in the lockbox, because not only do you have to check both sections, but then you've got to get an employee to let you in the lockbox. And luckily, this time I walked up to the lockbox and the employee was already there helping somebody. So I got him to let me look at a handful of these PS3 games. And in this stack of PS3 games, there was a Lord of the Rings game that I was very happy to see. This is one I don't have, and I'm very fond of these Lord of the Rings games, so I'm definitely buying that. And I had to check my checklist to find out that I didn't already have that 007 game. Speaking of which, I keep all of my video games on a list on Google Sheets. It's real simple. There are apps that do this. I've tried them all. I just don't like them as much as my spreadsheet. If you'd like to take a look at my spreadsheet, I'll leave a link below all of my videos to that spreadsheet. You can just go check it out, keep up with my collection, see how fast it's growing. It's, just an interactive experience for you guys if you're into that sort of thing. And I noticed while digging through these games, there was a PS3 Fat up there on that shelf. But I tend to ignore those at the Goodwills because every time I take one home, they don't work. They all cook themselves from the inside. Every time I show one on this channel, someone comments that I should have bought it. But those people just must not have had the same experiences with them I've had. There was also a bag of Skylanders in this box, and it was kind of a bummer because there's a lot of stuff in there I see I don't have. But $25 for a bag of Skylanders is way more than I'm currently paying for them. I'm not really buying them unless I get them at about $1 a piece. So I went back to the electronics. The only thing I really saw that I might have bought was this nice-ish wireless mouse. I use a 2-PC setup for my gaming, streaming, capturing rig that I make a lot of these videos out of. And I have 2 keyboards and 2 mouse on my desk. And I just kind of figured it'd be nice to make the second one that I don't use for gaming and just use for capturing wireless. So I am in the market for a wireless mouse, but I'm not looking to pay too much money for it. But I'm not going to find that today. On to the next thrift shop. This is a Deseret Industries. It's a Mormon thrift shop. There are 3 of these in my town, and I frequent this one probably the least. It's my least favorite of the 3 because whoever manages this one decides usually to put much higher prices on the video games than the rest of the Deserets in town. But I still do stop at this one when I'm in this part of town, and I still do often leave with video games. There's usually plenty to look at. And as you can see, that is the case today. There's plenty of stuff here right off the bat. But someone here does know a general amount about video games, so that PS4 game that you just saw, even though it was just Guitar Hero or whatever, it had a $5 sticker, whereas most of these will have $2, $3 stickers. But if it's something they think is valuable, they price it a little higher, which they have every right to do. But we are here for the cheap games, so I'm going to dig through all these and see if there's anything I need, like this SpongeBob game. Definitely buying that. It's only a few bucks. Keep digging. There's a lot of random stuff here. There's a lot of stuff here, actually, that I already have, like that random Dora the Explorer game that just says Fit on the side. That's not Wii Fit. It's just a game called Fit for the Wii. I would have bought this Tron game, but it didn't have its manual, so I'll just wait to come across that when it has its manual. Though I wonder if that game's any good. Comment below if you know anything about Tron on the PS3. It could be good. It'd be really cool, actually, if it was just a racing game where you just race Tron bikes. That'd be cool. There's a Tony Hawk game. I'm going to leave with that one. got to check these discs just to make sure none of them are PlayStation 1 games. They're all just PC games for the most part. On to the bottom shelf, there is a mess of games down here. I kind of have to make some piles just to separate what I've gone through. There's a lot of stuff here that I didn't have, but there was also a ton of stuff that was either just in kind of rough shape or didn't have its manuals. I was also in a rush because this thrift store closed a little bit earlier than the Goodwills did. So I actually had an employee breathing down my neck while I was looking through these video games to hurry up and get up to the front. So I said, yes, ma'am, and I dug faster. So let's get through these games real quick and get out of here. They're all kind of just falling off the end of this shelf, so I had to dig for a few of them. And I actually kind of thought about it after I left, and I was like, as much as I've seen these games fall off the shelf, there's probably games buried behind these vinyl records. Maybe next time I go, I'll be real thorough and make sure there aren't any hidden games in the back. There was a lot of random stuff here. Lots of Wii Fit, of course. Probably 5 or 6 Wii Fit games. Lots of sports titles. I almost bought this Deal or No Deal game, but I ended up finding more games that I thought I was going to leave here with. So I put a couple titles back, and that Deal or No Deal game was one because, I'll find that one again sometime. And it's also important to note that I do a lot of game shopping at the Goodwill bins, which is a Goodwill where you pay for things by weight, and it's a place where just all kinds of nonsense shows up. And I have a pretty good understanding of what kinds of games don't ever get bought at regular Goodwills and end up at that bins. And that Deal or No Deal game is a prime candidate for that. So I never feel too bad about leaving games behind I don't have when they're lesser quality, if you will, than that. And that's kind of the case with a lot of these. I won't pay $3 for them because whether it be at the Goodwill bins or at a future gaming expo, I'll have ample opportunity to pay $1 for a lot of these games. So anything I think I can get for $1 later down the road, I'll put back. So I'm just going to make sure there's nothing I can't live without here. That's a game I already bought this week. That poker game's a game I already have on 3 different systems, so I don't need that one. And yeah, but I am going to leave here with a stack of games, so I'm never mad about that. I'm going to check the books real quick also because I have had good luck in the past at these Deserts for gaming manuals. I think this very Desert's where I got one of my Zelda gaming manuals. So I've got to at least look, but they want me to get out of here. They're about to close their doors, so let's get out of here. There's a Goodwill all the way across town that has a game that I regretted not buying on yesterday's episode, and I'm trying to get there before they close, but I just happened upon this Goodwill and decided, well, we've got to stop real quick. So I said, let's run inside, make it quick, make sure they don't have anything I have to have, and get out of here. The lockbox didn't have anything, just some DVD sets, but, oh man, look at this. A huge, huge stack of Dragon Ball Z VHS, something I am very desperate to collect all of. And there's some from several series here. I mean, I think there ended up being 18 of them. But listen, they were all $3 a piece. And I only pay about 50 cents for VHS, sometimes even cheaper. And so I wasn't about to pay like almost 50, 60 bucks for all those VHS tapes. Even though they're Dragon Ball Z, even though I love them, even though I really wanted them, I might try to come back on half off sale Saturday to this Goodwill and see if I can't get them half off because 20, 25 bucks might be a slightly better deal for them. But today, the day of shooting this video, is Saturday. I'll post it on Sunday, but I shot it on Saturday, which means that sale day is a whole week away. There's no way that all those aren't going to get bought up. So I'm probably just going to go to bed tonight and have nightmares that someone else has all my Dragon Ball VHS. But I don't know. I have a couple of them. I'm finding them slowly. I'll find them one day. But man, I would have loved to have knocked out a big chunk like that and went ahead and put those Dragon Ball Z games on my shelf. But that's not going to happen, so let's keep moving. I'm just making sure there's no other video games tucked in these shelves, and of course there are. The only games I actually ended up buying were tucked in with the books. Both of these games. I'm very happy about this Rabbids game. It's one I don't have, and I love me some Rabbids. So this is a quick trip. We were in here for less than like 5 minutes. I spotted this Sega Genesis on the way out, but 13 bucks. I already have like 5 of these things, and I paid maybe $2 a piece. So not interested in that today. But let's get on to the last Goodwill. This Goodwill I went to in yesterday's episode. So if you watched that one, you'll know that I've already been here. If you didn't, go back and watch it. Because when I was here, I spotted a copy of Wii Fit that was a bit weird. And look, it's still here. Because nobody in the world buys Wii Fit except for me. But you see this thing? It's got blue lettering on the side. And if you see the other copies of Wii Fit, Not only in this video, but every video I've ever made, the letters are green. Why is it blue on the side of this one? I don't know, but I have to have it. I'm going to add it to my peculiar shelf of Wii Fit games, lols. And I'm going to check real quick before I go that nothing new has been added to this game shelf. And of course it hasn't. Everything that was here tonight was also here yesterday. So let's take another quick peek around the store, make sure there's nothing else new. I looked through pretty much everything, and yeah, at this moment it looks as though I'm going to leave with nothing but this weird copy of Wii Fit. But something peculiar happened. While I was looking at these Hot Wheels, I spotted something on the register just in front of me. I did some wheeling and dealing with the guys at the cash register, and I was able to leave with this PS4 controller for just $10. Don't know if it works, but we for sure are going to find out tonight. So let's head back to the game room. All right, guys, we are back in the game room, and I am very happy with how tonight went. You know what? I got a normal stack of games that would be just fine for any thrift haul video, but I didn't find anything that I was like, oh, yeah, super great. Just some stuff that I'll definitely play and some stuff that I'm glad to have in the collection. But right there at the last Goodwill, I spotted something special. We'll talk about those things last. I'm very happy about today. So let's just jump into the video games that I got. I didn't buy any extra stuff today. No Skylanders, no Disney Infinity. Just games and that extra special something. But let's start with Tony Hawk. Project 8. I've never played this one, actually. I've played a lot of Tony Hawk games, but not this one. This one's got some marker on it. All right. That doesn't really bother me too much. It's easy to get off the case. It would not be easy to get off the disc. Squad X. X Squad by EA Sports. It's a very bland, generic cover. No manual in this one, but that's all right. I just bought it because it was strange looking. It really does look strange. If you have any familiarity with these games, comment below. I'm sure that's worth a play. It definitely looks goofy. I'll try it out. This one I was pretty excited about because I've got a lot of Lord of the Rings games, but I don't have this one. So I was happy to find it. Aragon's Quest. Very nice. Happy to have that. Hannah was very excited about this one. She'll probably actually play this one this week. SpongeBob SquarePants. Creature from the Krusty Krab. That looks awesome. I've got a growing number of SpongeBob games. One of these days I'll have to put a series together about all of them. Next up, Burnout Revenge. I only bought this one because it is in a case, a custom case from Hollywood Video, and I collect these. Even if I already have the game, I buy these up and I collect video games that used to set in video rental stores with custom labels. Kind of an odd thing, but I really like them. They're one of my favorite things to collect. Series of Unfortunate Events for the original Xbox. It's all there. Might have to give this one a try. If it has Jim Carrey's voice on the video game, that'd be hilarious. GoldenEye 007 for the Wii. I've got this one for other systems, but I didn't have the Wii one, so pick that up. And this one I don't know anything about, but it kind of actually looks like it might be okay. The Conduit. This is another one. If you know about this game, comment below. No familiarity with it, but it kind of looks cool. Next, I was very happy about this one too. I'm trying to get all of the Raving Rabbids games. I'm a big Raving Rabbids fan, and I did not have this one. And I'm a huge time travel buff. I love some Doctor Who. I love all things timey-wimey, so.
It's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
A time travel Rabbids game? Sign me up. Ghost Recon 2. Tom Clancy. There's a lot of these out there too that I don't have, so go ahead and pick those up. I think I have the first one. Now I have the second one. Another 007 game, Agent Under Fire for the PS2. I already have this one for Xbox, but I didn't have it for PlayStation 2, so I picked that up. And that's almost all the games. There's one more we're going to talk about before we talk about that PlayStation 4 controller some more. But that's not bad. Leave a comment below what your favorite video game was that I picked up today. Oh, man, don't make me pick. I think I'm actually most excited, yeah, about the Rabbids. That's probably the one I'm most excited about. Actually, I might be a little bit more excited about this last game. I don't know. This is, some of you watching are going to be like, all right, that's weird. This is a copy of Wii Fit. And if you've watched my channel much at all, you know that we've got an ongoing gag about Wii Fit. I'm collecting multiple copies of Wii Fit. I've got a lot of them. And I only find more every week. And this copy of Wii Fit's different. The spine is blue. And it's a bit hard to see under the Goodwill sticker, and I'm not going to sit here and peel it off now, but look at this label. This is not a reprint. This is not a reproduction. I've examined it next to other copies. It's not sun-faded. The white is all fine. It's just blue. Something was wrong with the toner in the printer when this one printed, and it got past the quality inspection. And the spine is blue. Now, why is that special? It's not. It's not worth any money. Nobody's paying extra for this copy of Wii Fit, but I have a shelf full of Wii Fit games, and this one's going to get added to it. And we're going to keep making Wii Fit jokes on the channel. But what this really makes me think is that there's a copy of Wii Fit out there where the printer was so bad that all of this screen is blue. And wherever that copy is out there in the wild, I wanted to know. I will find you, and I will put you in my collection. But that's all the video games. Not a bad haul. We've got one more thing to talk about, though. A $10 PlayStation 4 controller. Isn't that wild? I mean, I'm super happy about it because the controller that I have for my PlayStation 4, these buttons are worn out, and just barely even touching them makes the controller jump. So I don't know if this is going to work. Let me tell you about what happened when I found it at the thrift store. I was checking out with just this copy of Wii Fit because I just went to the Goodwill this was at to pick it up because I regretted not buying it the other day. I went back. Luckily, it was there. I was waiting to check out, and I noticed this controller setting over on top of the cash register and a sticker underneath it that said sold, which is usually a good sign to just walk away, leave it alone. But I never miss a chance to just ask at a thrift store. Nobody minds if you ask. If it's already sold, they'll just tell you that's it. But I've had plenty of occasions where things have been behind the counter, and I've asked. They're like, no, we're going to put that back. You can buy it if you like. And that was kind of the case with this, but not exactly. There was a girl behind the counter, and she was attending to something else, and I was kind of creepily crooning my neck over the counter looking at this controller. I was a little bit further over the edge than I should. She turned around and said, can I help you? I was like, oh, is that controller already sold or what is it? She said, oh, no, I think it's a go back, which means they're going to just put it back on the shelves. So she hollered over at another one of the workers and asked him about it. He said, oh, it's actually a return. It was returned because it didn't work, so we can't sell it. And I shouted back to him, I would be more than glad to buy it with no returns if you could still sell it. And he kind of made a couple excuses. And the girl that had originally waited on me asked him something, and he was like, all right, I'll go process it for you. Will you give $10 for it? I was like, yes, please. So I got out of there with it for $10. He had to go back to the back and put this sticker on it. They can't let anything go out the door without a sticker. It's just one of the rules they have, and that's usually for returns. If you want to bring something back at our Goodwills, you've got to leave the sticker on it. Just lots of little weird rules like that you've got to know. But you know what? If this doesn't work, I'm still okay with $10 because I have a growing collection of controllers here behind me, and there are no PlayStation 4 controllers on that wall. So if it doesn't work, this is going on display. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to go plug this bad boy in and see if it works. So let's go to my bedroom where my PlayStation 4 is and see if it works. All right, let's test this controller real quick. TV on. Blue light means good. Look at all my Disney Infinity. You like those? All right, here we go. We've got Rubber Duck, PS4 controller, fresh from the thrift store. Will it work? Ha ha ha! Oh, it's crazy. It's working wirelessly. Are you kidding me? I honest to God did not expect this to work. But it works, it charges, it holds a charge, it already has a charge. $10 for a white PlayStation 4 controller. I'm very happy about that. I honestly have not been playing Grand Theft Auto as much as I normally do because with those loose trigger buttons on the controller I have, it's near impossible. But now, I am going to lay in bed tonight and I'm going to blow some fools up on my rocket bike because I'm a child and that's what I like doing. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for thrifting with me. Please, guys, do me a favor real quick and run over to my Twitch page and hit that follow button so that when I go live over there and play random games that I get at the thrift store, you'll get a notification and you can come over there and hang out with me. But also, guys, here on YouTube, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and that bell notification so that when I post videos here on YouTube about thrifting, about random things I find at the thrift store, you'll also get a notification. at that time. And at that time, you can come back and hang out with me then. And until then, guys, peace out.